We had left Starry Horizons on a mooring outside of the Tahiti Marina in Tahiti for 12 days in order to fly back to the States. It was a whirlwind trip with stops to see Amy's family in Houston, my family in Dallas, and a final stop in California for our friends Liz and Brandon's wedding. When we returned to Tahiti, it was with Liz and Brandon in tow for the first part of their honeymoon.
You driving, and we've got to get on board. Aw, the honeymooners.
In order to find a better base from which to explore the island, we decided to move around to another marina. This required motoring through a channel right at the end of the airport runway, and wouldn't you know it, we had to wait for a plane to land.
We're in Tahiti at the Papeete downtown marina.
She's actually at a marina for once. And it is right downtown.
After getting settled in, Brandon volunteered his services to chauffeur everyone around in a rental car so that we could visit as many stops on the island as possible.
First stop on our Tahitian adventure. Lunchtime, next to the Pacific Ocean.
With the crew fed, we found the first stop on our list, the Moorea Grotto. There were several grottos, waterfalls, and gardens to explore, and with water dripping down the ferns from the recent rainfall, it was a beautiful scene. Wanting to make sure we saw at least one of the famous Tahiti black sand beaches, we stopped in at the beach in Papara. It was very popular with locals and had some good breaking waves for all the surfers. Not wanting to completely embarrass myself, I elected to pass on trying surfing for the first time. Since we hadn't quite gotten our fill of waterfalls and gardens, we decided to also stop at the water gardens of Vahipahi. The water came from Lake Vahihiria in the center of the island, which is Tahiti's only freshwater lake. According to ancient Tahitian legend, the Vaima River that ran through the gardens once played an important religious role because the Tiva tribe considered this waterway as the pathway of purification of souls and the spirit's quest to reach paradise.
What'd you find down there?
An eel.
An eel?
Probably zoom in and see him. Oh, there he goes.
We'd saved the best for last with our visit to the Arahoho Blow Hole. With a low tide, the water wasn't shooting out at us, but it was still awesome nonetheless.
That's pretty cool.
I think there's a dragon down here. He sounds pissed.
We wanted Liz and Brandon to be able to experience a bit of the cruising life, and the best way to do that was to head to the next island over, Moorea. The sail was obviously quite fascinating to Brandon, but at least Liz calmed my fears that we were boring him.
Well, I got a nice little video of Brandon asleep downstairs, so, you know, we'll juxtapose.
Brandon in his natural state.
And his
We pulled into Cook's Bay and were welcomed by the incredible sight of clouds hanging over the top of the mountains. It was time for another hike, and in order to make sure Brandon stayed awake, we put him in charge of the video camera.
As we embark on our great adventure, we almost walk into pole. There's the marina, or cove thing. There's the boat. Can't really see the mountains, but trust me, they're beautiful. Ha! Where did you?
It was a beautiful day, which meant that it was time for Phoenix to go up and have a look around.
Time to play with the drone.
Yeah.
Some real pictures.
See what comes out at least.
There's Elizabeth Michael, now Elizabeth Shaw. One of her bridesmaids, Amy. Woo! And it's gone.
While I concentrated on flying Phoenix, Brandon concerned himself with other important details.
I think you're the only sailor I know with a farmer's stand. So you know.
I try really hard for it, damn it.
Feels like Skynet. Boom.
Ta-da!
With Phoenix secure, we enjoyed some water as we took in the stunning views of the island. The following day, we temporarily moved over to the next bay in order to do some snorkeling and visit a spot where you could swim with stingrays. On our way back to Cook's Bay, we saw some dolphins, and Brandon couldn't resist the temptation to try and go swimming with them.
Alright, you can go for it.
Unfortunately, they didn't prove very friendly since they swam away as soon as Brandon jumped in. To help him get over the disappointment, we arranged to have dinner at a resort on shore with some after-dinner dancing and entertainment. The dancers and musicians were impressive, but the best part of the whole evening was watching Liz and Amy give it a try. It's always fun when we have friends come visit us, and exploring Tahiti and Moorea with Liz and Brandon made it all that more special.